Greetings inside tastes already. Welcome back for my latest entry. I hope everybody enjoyed my previous video for that 80s throwback for Something Wild, but now I am back with I'm dropping another horror film here, which is one that I had on my radar for quite a while as I'm a fan of a few of these stars, that being for Suitable Flesh from 2023, which stars Heather Graham, Barbara Crampton, and Judah Lewis. Now, I was familiar with all three of these, and I even touched on a small role of Heather Graham's in a video I did for License to Drive about maybe a month or two ago. And for Barbara Crampton, because I did videos for both From Beyond and Jacob's Wife. Both were ones that were excellent, so check out those videos as well. But I only really knew of Judah Lewis from the babysitter horror films that were on Netflix, which are a lot of fun, and so if you haven't checked out those, I highly recommend those as well. But what is this film about? Well, the synopsis is as follows. A psychiatrist becomes obsessed with one of her young patients, who she later discovers is linked to an ancient curse. So, this is adapted from a story by H.P. Lovecraft, and right off the bat, which is likely more of a directing, editing, and music choice than Lovecraft specifically, I had these reminders of From Beyond and Reanimator, both of which are based on Lovecraft stories, and also both happen to have Barbara Crampton in them as well. But, as for the story itself for this and how it plays out, we have what I frequently mention is one of my favorite aspects to work into a horror movie, which is mystery. And I give films that 15-minute hook. They have 15 minutes to hook me, make me want to see where the story goes. But for this one, in under 10 minutes, I was on board as everything was laid out and that mystery was presented. I throw in a relatively slim runtime of about about an hour and 40 minutes. And everything just moved right along at a really quick pace. And that story is quite interesting. We have this body swap aspect of people kind of moving from one body to another, but it goes into a little bit more due to that Lovecraft aspect and kind of like this evil thing, this curse happening that's causing this. And these switches happen very rapidly and very frequently throughout the film. So it's confusing our characters, it's causing hallucinations and nightmares for them. And on top of all that, there is this highly sensual side, where you get like this creepy soundtrack kind of gives way to this sensual, older film noir kind of sound that slides into that sexual sounding score to kind of fit the scene, depending on, sorry, I don't know where, anyways, but these performances also, I really love them, not just the ones from Graham and Crampton, which, I knew going into this that they would do well because I've seen a lot of their work and really enjoyed it. But Judah Lewis was, the way that he played this role, he could just be very sad and needy in one moment where your heart really goes out to him and what this kid is going through. And then be just downright creepy and scary in the others. He's bouncing between those aspects so well throughout this film. Not to mention at times that, we have like these body swaps where he's acting like one character or another. He really knocked it out of the park with this one and did an amazing job. Now, this is a horror thriller at heart, so for you non-horror fans, just know that there wasn't, the violence and gore is not the center of this film. And actually, I feel like there wasn't much of it throughout most of the film. Instead, they kind of saved any of that for closer to that finale, where it's really going to have the right impact. And even then, it wasn't really over the top. It was just enough to kind of get these points across, make it kind of scary, kind of violent, kind of gory, but nothing that's really going to, in my opinion, gross people out that much. But all in all, I really felt this was a very interesting and engaging story. We had some absolutely great performances in it. We had a great score to really pull you through this entire film. And as for the directing and the editing, this one really stood out in that some of these scenes almost feel like they were initially blocked in more of like a comic book style format rather than a traditional film storyboard. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you check it out, you might see how some of these scenes are laid out. It really works well. And, all in all, this wrapped up into a film that was more than worth checking out. And speaking of checking out, thanks for checking out this latest video of mine here for Suitable Flesh in 2023, starring Heather Graham, Barbara Crampton, and Judah Lewis, which at the time of this video is available on paid rental and was definitely worth the like $5 or so that I spent to check this one out. So anyways, that's about all I have for this latest quick little entry here for Suitable Flesh. Thanks for coming by and sticking around to the end, as it really helps out a lot, as does liking and subscribing, hitting that bell, sharing stuff, and especially going and checking out the back catalog. I'm going to link to a couple videos at the end that I think you'll enjoy as well. Thanks for coming by, and I will see you in the next one.